I can't manage.
Yeah,
Oh
Tami,
God, them said they want to see it. I don't know, let's see the skirt for the rest of the show.
We want to see the skirt.
Mercy
no,
me. Hey, everybody, watch the sidewalk. See the sidewalk?
Look at them. Hey,
hey. It's like my Japanese cherry blossom kimono vibe.
Yeah. Looking lovely.
It's not a look that you might off the bat understand, but I like it. And you know, sometimes you gotta take a chance.
Yes.
You gotta do something different.
Yes.
You gotta just keep it going. Michaela, hope you got that for Instagram, baby.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back around. Zoom out, guys.
Instead of walk around, listen, those who are training models and you want somebody to train the models to walk properly, you can call not
me at all. But you know, so it go. When TK come pan up, we don't want bad news pan up. Only good news pan up. With the vibes pan it up, pan up. No, my God, you gotta get the ending right. Sorry, TK.
One day, TK.
I just feel like it's time.
For
us to get it right. 100%. But you know, we'll get there. He went from his idea of custom wheels on their hearse to his goal of integrating a modern touch to resonate with this generation and the Jamaican culture by doing the only H6 Hummer hearse in the world. The top of the food chain, as he calls it, is the Benz Della G, which was inspired by the burial of Princess Diana in 1998 and was uniquely designed to give loved ones their final ride. So his staff believes that only a helicopter can top this luxury hearse, and to Dale, not even your final ride is a helicopter is impossible.
It's funny how the culture has moved over the years since I've been involved in the industry. You know, back in the days, the first vehicle I learned to drive off of was a hearse. And in those days, people were deathly afraid of hearse. No pun intended. That's a good one. But they would see the hearse coming on the road and turn their head, or you know, the kids would run. Now, this hearse was posted on Instagram, and it have almost 500,000 views and 10,000 likes. I went to a service on Saturday, and the pastor could hardly get anybody in the church. Everybody was outside
taking pictures,
selfie and taking pictures. You know,
what inspired you to, you know, to your brainchild behind it? What inspired you to bring this idea to fruition?
Well, you know, the brand Mercedes has it epitomizes class and elegance. So we think it's a unique synergy between our brand, Della and a funeral home. That's what we seek to identify with. It is very unique in that it's one of, when it came to Jamaica, it was one of only 2 in the world. Since we've personalized it, we believe it's one of 1 now.
Do you not care that we are perishing? Says 438. How do we approach that question, you know, with scriptural foundation?
Well, good to be here again.
Yes.
I think at some point in time, everyone asks that question, you know. Even if we don't dwell there, even if we don't continue to think and become negative and anxious, but there are times when we would think, I mean, God, don't you care?
Yes.
Here is a situation where the disciples were going across the lake. But they were going across the lake because Jesus told them that we're going across the lake.
Yes, exactly.
So what is important in this context is that if Jesus says that we're going over, we're going over.
Yes.
So comes what may, we're going over.
Oh.
You understand? And so what is important is to note what God has communicated to you. Know what God says in the time of calm, so that you don't lose your mind in the time of storm.
Say that again.
Yeah.
Know what God says in the time of calm, so that you know.
So that you don't lose your mind in this time of storms. Because, you see, what I admired about this pastor is that even though he was in a time of storm, and we all go through them, we all face storm.
Inescapable.
Yeah. The the fact that he was in a storm doesn't mean that the storm has to be in you. Because we can have peace in the storm. We can trust God in the storm. In the situation of the disciples, in verse 37, we are told the disciples say, Lord, you don't care, you know, business if we're dead, you don't care if we perish. Because the scripture tells us that the boat was now full.
Oh yeah, sleep.
And at times we too feel as if we can't take anymore, we can't bear anymore. Lord, the boat full, we can't manage anymore.
Get your tickets today for the Russell Tompkins and the New Stylistics and More concert at Palm Drive, Hope Gardens, Saturday, August 17. Gates open 6 p.m., showtime 8 p.m. Tickets are $8,000 to July 31, $10,000 August 1 to 17. Available in Kingston at Devon Bourne's Ruby's Halfway Tree, Ligonier Dragon Garden Center, and Ruby's Constant Spring Road, across from Merle Grove High School. Portmore Mall Pharmacy, Neil's Auto Service, 22A Ward Avenue, Mandeville, and Ocean's 11 Ultra Rios.
Freedom! Emancipate 24 under the patronage of MP Natalie Nita Garvey at Sligoville Stadium, July 31, Kiddies Village, Gospel Night, Kevin Downsville Road, Isabella Carey Sales and more. August 1, Sports, Midday Concert, Celebrity Cook-Off, Senator Damon Crawford, MP Juliette Cuthbert, SSP Stephanie Lindsay, Reggae Showcase, Sizzla, Kalanji, Bugle, Alain and more. Admission is free. Sponsors TPD, CDF, Airports Authority, CVM, NHF, Grace Kennedy, Burger King, New Era Fencing, Jamaica 62, Separate, Guinness, Maggie, Jackden Enterprises, SDC and Connects. Don't miss it.
What's your story? What's your sign?
So the goal of the program is to reconnect second and third generation Jamaican university students living in USA, UK and Canada to their proud Jamaican heritage. So it's really designed to give them first-hand well-rounded experience to really deepen their cultural affinity to the island.
Okay. First-hand, well-rounded experience. Talk us about the experience. Give us an overview of the program structure and what activities are involved.
So during the internship, they get to work at a Grace Kennedy business unit linked to their career interest. They also attend courtesy calls with dignitaries and government officials, like they went to see the Prime Minister, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade. They also had the opportunity to talk with the Governor General of Jamaica, and they met with the Deputy British High Commissioner. And during the internship, they also get to explore different parts of the island to really give them that, that cultural immersion. So we work along with JTB, and they provided complimentary tours to various different attractions around the island. They got to go to Chocka. They also did the Rosal Great House Night Tour. They went to National Gallery of Jamaica. They explored the art murals downtown with Kingston Creative. And we also took them to Portland, where they got to go to the Charlestown Maroon Museum. They went to Frenchman's Cove, and they also got to go to Reggae Summer Fest for 2 nights.
No way.
Yes.
That's a good experience.
Yes. So we really give them a well-rounded experience in different facets of Jamaican heritage, from our music to our food. We partnered with different restaurants, like Restaurant Associates of Jamaica, Island Grill, and Juicy Patties, to really give them the different what it means to really be Jamaica, living in Jamaica. So they get to say taxis. Yes. They call the taxis on their phones. And they are just fully immersed in the Jamaican culture.
Something that was interesting to me is that you use the national anthem as a frame or a reference or example. What was the thought process behind that?
Well, if you remember, it says teach us with respect for all. So many times we sing that, but we don't understand what it means. And I think honor kind of gives some sense of visibility to that. So in that regard, it was very important that we understand these principles and begin to live out what we sing every day. So I think that was it for me, and it struck me rather late, because it was after I wrote the book and somebody brought it up. I said, hey, it's in there, So that was it.
Very, very, very interesting. Day 2, because there are 30 days, of course, day 2 honor your source. Tami and I were putting on a show called Tamighty. Why should we advertise here on CVMTV for this upcoming show? And how does that relate to your idea of honoring your source? Explain to us.
All right. Well, as I said, that I found this story. I heard this story, and this young lady, she was there. She was working with this person, and he said, go out and do something. I'll give you some money. And she came back and complained, but your price is more expensive than the rest of one. And the person listened and said, hey, if you give to your source, you'll always have, right? And that to me was just so mind-blowing, and I think that kind of is like a glue that keeps things rolling. So we have to understand it's the same principle we at work. You're not going to be there cussing the people who employ you, you're going out there and you're bad-mouthing them, and at the same time they're the ones that are paying you. So these are some principles that we're kind of encodifying and making sure that people understand what we're saying.
As you say that, what are some of the examples of honor practices that you encourage in the book? And how can we, implement those in business transactions, customers? How do we bring honor to those moments? What are some of those practices?
Well, I think the important thing to understand is that some are there, but at the same time, we need to be more intentional and understand what we're doing. When you have a customer appreciation day, that's an honor system, right? When also you have employee incentive schemes. I think I was on a governance course that's offered by the JSC, and one of the principles of Wisinco, he was telling us how a percentage of the profits go to the workers. And I said that was powerful. And, you can see the results that they have been having. So I think that is something that, we need to understand and need to put more in and spend the time thinking about it. So as we understand the principles, we can start to give flesh to it and do it and, create some really powerful ways in which we can encourage our staff and our other stakeholders.
So the foundation is now in its 11th year. We are geared towards partnering with student athletes to let them achieve their best, both athletically as well as academically. Right. We've now given 73 scholarships.
Wow.
So in our now 11th year, altogether 73 scholarships, and we're just about in the scholarship application season, which is now opened and remains open until August 19th. 25 schools have received these scholarships across these 11 years.
Whoa, 25 schools. I'm curious to find out the selection process, and I'm happy to hear that even though they have to be student athletes, they don't need to become athletes like Ashley and Fred Price.
It's not about star athletes. Yes. So once you're representing your school in any of the sporting disciplines, you can apply. You have to have at least a minimum of a 60% average in 5 or more subjects, right? Yes. You have to maintain participation in the sporting discipline, and it's not limited to track and field, because people assume that because our founder is a track athlete. We've done lacrosse, badminton, water polo, netball. We've done all of these sporting disciplines, table tennis.
Great. Okay, so when we hear scholarships, I always want to know, what specific expenses does a Pocket Rocket Foundation cover for its recipients? So could we go into that? The basket is sweet, right?
The basket is sweet. So each student now, we have about 26 left in the program, because you are eligible from 2nd through 6th form. They have a $100,000 bursary, right? But that's not just it. They get prizes and awards equivalent to $80,000. Digital phone credit. They get gift bags from Nike. They get baskets from Grace Kennedy. So altogether, it's almost $200,000 each recipient receives for the duration of the time they're eligible for the scholarship.
Under the patronage of MP Natalie Garvey at Sligoville Stadium, July 31, Kitty's Village, Gospel Night, Kevin Downswell Road, Isabella Carey Sales and more. August 1, Sports, Midday Concert, Celebrity Cook-Off, Senator Damon Crawford, MP Juliette Cuthbert, SSP Stephanie Lindsay, Reggae Showcase, Sizzla, Kalanji, Bugle, Alain and more. Admission is free. Sponsors TPD, CDF, Airports Authority, CVM, NHF, Grace Kennedy, Burger King, New Era Fencing, Jamaica 62, Sepron, Guinness, Maggie, Jacqueline Enterprises, SDC and Connex. Don't miss it.
As we look
look ahead to the start of track and field at the Olympics, here's an obvious question. What kind of infrastructure and resources should we be dedicating to the sport to ensure that we continue to churn out the top-class athletes that we currently do? And joining us for a quick few minutes to discuss this, the manager to Jamaica's character team, Sharon Richards, and of course Michael Carr, the man who has led the track and field program at Woolmer's and also at the national level for a very, very long time. I don't want to say 30 years or 40 years. You might start guess the man's age. Ladies and gentlemen, how do you do?
Morning.
All right, they usually say ladies before gentlemen, but I'll break protocol a little bit. I'll yield to the man with the 40 years worth of coaching in track and field. I'll go straight to the question. What infrastructure and things we can put in place to ensure that we continue the mill of producing the top-class athletes that we do?
Well, for that to happen, we have to go to the root. So we're talking about the prep and the primary kids. That's where we need to be. The other day I was watching primary champs and also the JTA All Island Championship. And the amount of athletes that we saw running barefooted, that is something we probably look at how we can change that. After a day or two, a lot of the athletes could not compete much because their foot bottoms sore. And that's a primary level. And I think we also need to respect those coaches at that level, the primary and the prep school level, because as bad as things are and as good as things are, they are the ones who discovered some of those talents early out and then send them up to the next level, just like how the high schools send them up to the next level. So we need to respect some of those coaches and schools and athletes in that area.
Okay. All right, Shireen, your answer to that.
The infrastructure is needed. The game has changed, and in order for us to continue to turn out the athletes that we have been turning out, we need to put the investment in these athletes. So think, for example, MVP that their home is UTech, one of the top universities in Jamaica, and they don't have a Chevron track. They do their grass season and then they have to move to Stadium East to get on the Chevron track. You know, it's faster when you run on the Chevron versus the grass. We're looking at infrastructural development for the sport of track and field that has been the flag bearer for us for the Olympics. Right? When we look at the other sports, how they get the infrastructure is by hosting games. So the stadium got a little beef up because of World Championships. World Championship netball, we got the indoor sports center. World Cup cricket, we got the North Stand because of World Cup cricket and the Trelawney Stadium. What has happened to the Trelawney Stadium? They haven't put a track down there. There are a lot of schools in Trelawney that would have benefited from a track that side. Right now, the infrastructure is coming through Old Boys and gifts and from persons who are investing in at the high school level. So a KSC, a JC, a Calabar has a track. But then we're thinking of the maintenance of the track. And then schools like Woolmer's, I can only talk about us, Mr. Carr is here. We have to call a friend from next door to say, can we borrow your track? Can we use your track to do some baton exchanges? So I think we need to, in order to turn out the quality athletes for years to come, invest at the level Mr. Carr spoke about, the primary level.
Not just in people.
Not just in the people.
But in infrastructure.
But in the infrastructure, so that the students will be better able to perform with the quality infrastructure and materials that they will compete in.
IT Tami, they'll be asked to create, ready, their very own paper bag puppet. It doesn't stop there. They'll select a song for a grand puppet show performance from the Sunrise Mystery Box. So here's your example.
Does this have to be a real animal?
It doesn't have to look like this. But
it could be from our imagination.
It could be anything, but just make sure that it can perform. So see how you see the tail.
All right.
So what's happening here? So with that being said, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
You can use anything on the table and go.
Is it a race? Why we sound like it's fast?
You only have 3 minutes, so you know.
3
people have things to do, so you know. We're not here all day. You know what I mean?
And maybe we should name them.
All right. So eyes are on for Tami. Let's see. Eyes are on. I see they both have the same strategy.
That's it, I'm done. All right. IT was just complaining to me that he said, I don't have any little children at the house.
Tami, she always
and you
gets
have
these
little
things
children
to do.
at the house, so you're making these things. And I'm like, I don't do these things with my kids. Like, if my kids are watching this, they're like, who is that lady? Are you joking? Who has time? No good, sir. That's why we have a school. But all right, what you making here,
I'm not sure I'm understanding what's happening over here.
With
you
me?
want to walk me through the strategy?
Oh, I'm
or?
done. That's my thing. I'm just over here, doing stuff. Oh my gosh, I feel like 2 little airs. Why not? Yeah. Okay.
I see what's happening.
Yeah.
Okay, there's method to the madness. We like what's happening.
Okay.
We like what's happening.
Yes, tell me what this thing
Raise a little
is.
tape because I don't want the glue sometimes.
Just make sure that they can perform, you see?
Oh.
Remember that they're
that's the thing.
performing bags.
Yeah. Oh dear.
I am inspired by what's happening on your side of the table.
Oh, nice, IT. I like that.
Wait, okay.
I'm gonna give him one more eye. Even more eyes.
I'm trying to get the ears still.
This is like
this is
all-seeing rabbit.
I feel like it will drop off. I see.
Yeah, this rabbit can see. This rabbit can see the future.
You're thing delicate.
Wow.
Hey.
All right.
Hey.
That look good.
All right, so now our puppets are completed. You have your puppet name?
This is Ras Rufus.
No, your mouth to move. What, you have to make it.
Ras Rufus.
And this is
Ras Rufus.
mine is Ivy.
All right, fair enough. Now, what will your puppet be performing? Come, Tami.
Why?
Pick.
Why?
Come, IT,
right
pick
now,
one.
my puppet can perform surgery.
Let me
She has
see,
so
let
much
me see
eye.
what you're saying now.
Okay.
So, Tami, your puppet will be performing Incy Wincy Spider.
Okay. Are we supposed to be like a ventriloquist? Like
Yes,
our mouth
yes,
not supposed to move?
as
Okay.
best you can.
Ready?
So.
Set. Go. Hello. There is she wishy cider when up the water south. Down came the rain and washed the cider out. Uh-oh. Hold on. My nose has dropped off. Out came the sun and tried to hold the rain. And the itsy danced the Rufus. The cider went up the stud again.
All right.
Not bad. A round of applause. I give that a 7 out of 10.
All right, what's yours? What's yours? Let's see.
Old McDonald.
Old McDonald.
Had a farm.
Your mouth don't feel move, IT.
Back up, singer. Back up singing, Tom. Where's yours?
This is getting unhinged. This is getting unhinged. Really fast. Let me sing one more song. TK, your turn. You love to give people things to do. See your time, you know? You have to sing Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Yes, give her that.
Go on. Don't make your
I would
mouth
like
move.
background singers.
Hold on, but my face.
Ready?
All right, ready, go
Come,
on.
guys, we're
Don't move
performing
your
it and
mouth,
we're
you know.
making it. Ready?
Go.
Where the eye trees?
Which one are we singing?
I remember. Oh, Mary Had a Little Lamb. See,
Little lamb,
keep your mouth moving.
little lamb, Mary had a little lamb, his feet was white as snow.
You have questions.
Yes.
We don't have all the answers, but we have some of the answers,
Yes,
I
yes.
think. I don't know. It's time for Ask Tamighty.
Ask Tamighty.
Are you going to read the first question,
I'm going to
sir?
go in and take up the question.
Just go for it. Just go for it.
We can't see it
Let's see
before.
what
Okay.
happens.
Oh, this one is for?
IT.
Look at that.
Look at that.
I want to know what falling in love feels like from the man's perspective.
Wow.
Wow, that's an interesting question. When I fell in love for the very first time, I discovered that my appetite was changing.
What?
Yeah, my appetite for food.
Oh, yes.
Yes, my appetite for food. It was seriously though. I realized I wasn't hungry.
Oh, gosh.
I wanted to talk to her.
Oh, gosh.
And I spent time on the phone with her. I mean, like hours, you know what I mean? She occupied my mind love, fall in love. Listen.
Yes.
It's not a normal thing.
Yes, it's true. You know what was interesting about what you just did a while ago is that we used to talk on the phone. You know that kids these days don't do this.
No,
they do this.
they
a phone.
Yes.
This is not a phone.
Yes.
And that's not how you talk on the phone.
Yes,
Them not talk on phone either, you
no,
know.
No,
them text.
Them text.
And them do all kind of something. Every time me video call a youngster, I am fired, missing.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
You know, have a face.
No,
anyway,
serious.
I love what you said about that.
What was your answer?
Same. The only person I could eat a meal with was Wayne.
Whoa.
Because other than that, I just had butterflies.
Whoa.
And then we're like, that's the only time we could have. Anyway, you're right. Falling in love does give you butterflies and make you not want
change the
food
appetite
anymore. All right. My boyfriend is a what?
You see? Me know, sir. I don't mind wonder.
My boyfriend is an old fridge. He does not know how to keep a secret. What should I do? Stop telling him things? Yes.
Is he an athlete?
Why? Say no more.
Leave it alone.
I will say this. Stop telling things.
You know what's sweet? The new pack Sweet Living promotion. Win great prizes.
Bedroom set, living room set, or kitchen appliance set, plus TVs and monthly cash prizes.
Send in 5 new pack labels or a receipt. Labels must belong to at least the new pack canned beans, coconut milk powder, and new pack oil categories. Fill out the tagline. New pack, more than just value. Place your entry in one of the drop boxes at participating outlets. Enter by mail or online at newpackjamaica.com. Time for live sweet. Enter the new pack Sweet Living promotion, June 16 to August 31. See the press for more details. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
I'm a big deal, and my friends are some big deals. Very, very, very important.
Thanks for staying with us. You know what time it is. It is time for our final thoughts. Final thoughts. Jamaica 62 with liquor, but with Talawa. What are your final thoughts on this?
Boy, I mean, I'm fascinated by how Jamaica is able to make an impact on the big stage in a lot of things. And I just, especially young people watching, just want to say to you guys, we have set a great tradition, and you guys are going to be great. Just follow. And I just want to say this too, that, one of the things that I teach my students is to learn from your mistakes. And, when anybody who becomes great, any one of those athletes, any one of those persons that you see that have become great, they made mistakes, they have failed sometimes and so on, but guess what, that didn't stop them. And I think if you adapt that attitude and you work on your mistakes and so on, you'll become great. But also, I want to say, listen, I want to see you all in Africa. If you're not in Paris, then Africa is the place to be if you want to witness this Olympics. See you in Africa, see me in Africa, you'll see me in Africa, and and I'll have my t-shirts available, my cap, my pot covers available, right? I'll be, I'll do a little hustle. So link me in Africa to get the t-shirts and so on.
Start here, so
there are some coverless pots in Jamaica.
So how much you sell a cover pot for? Are you going to spray it, or are you?
Yes, I'm gonna spray it. I'm gonna spray it. We haven't decided on the price.
We haven't decided.
Yet.
We'll talk. I can be a manager.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, I am just so proud to be Jamaican, unequivocally.